Hey, welcome back to the Blue Collar Off-Road Podcast, episode 156. I'm Graham. I'm here with Luke, Cody, and Richie, and we have a repeat guest who we've had on a few times before. He was actually our first guest ever, and being that this is 156, and if you know how to do math, you know there's 52 weeks in a year, and 52 times 3 is 156. So we thought we can do math. We
harder than a fifth grader.
So we decided to bring Shawn back on. Shawn Pierce, Green Buggy Boy, Papa Smurf Boy, Club President, NEA
Man Jenkins.
Man.
He's currently
beard. It's not gray yet.
Rockaholics prospect. What else can we say?
Yeah,
he's a dad of 3, gonna be 4.
With 4 on the way.
A true Renaissance man. He just does it all.
He's the man, the myth, the legend. Shawn Pierce. Yay!
He mounts TVs. He runs wires through walls.
Damn, he's so.
He sits on the floor and pounds staples back in.
Listen, the rug was coming off. I had to fix it.
He's a rug master too.
I'm a rug master.
You need your rug taken care of, you call him.
Dude, that is the most annoying thing, though. When you're removing a rug off of when you're removing a rug off a hardwood floor, and you have to take up all the tacks. That is the most annoying fucking job ever. That shit sucks.
Yeah, I don't ever want to do that again.
It's terrible. It's terrible. But anyways, yeah. Thank you everybody for listening. It's kind of cool that we're at 3 years at this point. We were supposed to have a special announcement, but that's going to be pushed off to a further point. So just keep tuned for that. But yeah, thank you guys. It's kind of cool that something that we slowly talked about in a garage has now become a real thing, and it's been 3 fucking years later. And you guys are still listening, which I don't even know why you listen to this podcast because we're not even that interesting. But thank you. We definitely all appreciate it. Yeah, so fuck this guy. He was the first guest and was like, nah, I don't even want to listen to him anymore. But no. I get it. Podcast on everybody's thing. You're not going to have all the time in the world to listen to every single one of them. But to the few of you that do, thank you. We definitely appreciate that. It's been a weird journey. I'm sure you guys feel the same way between highs and lows and stresses and all sorts of shit. But somehow we just keep making it happen.
Every week for about 3 years.
Almost every week.
Almost every week for sure.
3 years.
Thanksgiving, almost. Then the week before.
There have been a couple dropped balls, but it's never without good reason. There's usually some underlying chaos involved, always involving wheeling.
Yes.
That keeps us from it. So at least it's an honest reason to not be doing a podcast, because we're doing the things that end up becoming podcast content, I guess. So it's justified. Should we have our shit more in order so we don't miss weeks? Probably. But what more? What do you expect out of us? Come on. We're not getting paid to do this.
Yeah, we're definitely
never.
Yeah, we're definitely not recording this on the day that it's supposed to be edited. No, we're not doing that at all. Nope.
Never.
Quick thing from current events. I just really wanted to say the memes about the Runs Prime hoodies are fucking gold. I don't know if you guys have been seeing them, but they are so fucking funny. It's great.
Yeah,
did you see
I was seeing them. I saw RJ made 2 of them.
Well, hold on. Don't take credit. I was the one that made the doctor talking to the little boy. I made that one originally, but then at work, my buddy who we don't have to get into it, but he's like a little fucking shit poster, so he makes memes all the time and thought of my Christmas talking to Santa one. So then I made that one and I was like, that one's better. So then when RJ was like, I want to post this. And I'm like, how about you post this one? He's like, sold. Took that one and posted. I'm like, yeah. Oh, shit. But some of those are so good. The one that Eddie posted about, what the fuck? Timmy Turner's dad. I don't know what his dad's name is.
Yeah. The pedestal.
He's like, this is where my Runs Prime hoodie would be if I had it. Oh, dude, I was crying, laughing at work. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. So yeah, if you guys haven't gotten your sweatshirts yet, which I know you haven't because they haven't been shipped out yet, make sure you go and harass Hayes. He's loving it. So He's doing some love though. Don't be a dickhead. Actually, I'm gonna take that back before he texts me and he's like, "Why
I
you
was
telling me
gonna
to harass me?"
that is not generally what people want, but
Hey, I would have told RJ not to post those if Hayes was just like, "Damn, guys, take it easy." Like people are actually upset, but he said he's loving it. So, yeah.
sometimes a gentle pressure is good. Is good for movement of things. So
Yeah.
feel that.
Granted, I think he also like understands like it's not in his hands. He already put in the order. He is physically waiting on them too.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that's just something that I had to bring up because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Another weird thing: Marvell setting up a wheeling event, wild or wheeling day. With how long has it been since Marvell was like, "Yo, I want to go wheeling"? 3 years probably now.
Mhm.
Dude, I saw that and like all of a sudden I had 30 messages about it and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Somebody else is setting up a wheeling event?
I
This
know.
is not happening. Oh my god.
I'm excited, man. I think I'm proud of him for getting back on
we
the
need
wagon.
more people in the club to do that, and if you want to go wheeling, you should do things. And
I'm gonna be
Impressive.
there. Just not with my rig. Since I have somebody else's rig, I'm just gonna take it.
So,
Okay.
okay, that's interesting because we know whose rig it is.
Have fun with that one. It doesn't turn very good. Needs a power
I
steering
don't
pump.
need to turn. I just need to go straight for the most part.
The two new prospects that we met that day at Marbella, Sean, are they in the chat yet?
No, because I haven't gotten anybody to legitimately say, "Hey, I will sponsor."
Okay, then I will legitimately take one of them. So I'll message.
Okay.
I'll talk with one of them on Facebook and have them come out that weekend so they can, if they want to, at least. Then it'll be another run under their belt right in the beginning of the year. So that'd be good for them.
Yeah, no. If you do that, we can count that last run as their prospect run, and then this one would be a second run. So now we only have 2 other events they got to go to technically, and
Mhm.
we get them moving a lot quicker into being members with our club.
Hell yeah, yeah, I'll be there. We'll see. I don't know.
I might show face, not literally with that rig, but we'll.
You should have.
We'll
That'd be
see.
so funny. That'd be so
All
great.
right.
Just like, hey, wait a second.
Well, is Sean enough of a leprechaun that he can drive that thing?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because I just took it off the trailer literally 2 hours ago, and it felt very comfortable.
Oh goddamn!
It's snug. You're snug in it.
Yeah, no, it was
Cozy.
good. What seats are those?
Those are the PRPs. Why?
Yes, I know, but which ones?
The premieres?
I should have went with those. Those were really comfortable. Problem was I couldn't get my fat leg under your freaking steering wheel over the goddamn
Mhm.
seat, and that sucked.
Yeah,
Just
well, I
slide
have a
in.
click on, click off wheel, but I ended up not putting it on yet because I'm not happy with the depth.
No.
So it's just-
No. Say the real reason, Graham. Say it right now because we already went through the depth that was wrong with it. What was the real reason you didn't want to put on the goddamn steering wheel? Because the
I don't know,
auto
I
turn off
legitimately-
directionals wouldn't work anymore. And I literally had to have an argument. It wasn't an argument, but it was a fun discussion where I'm like, Graham, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is manually just take your finger and go click off, click off. And he's like, nope, I want it to work just the way it did from factory.
I'm gonna break your clock spring while I have it now.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. RJ's like sweating his ass off like a poor Taiwanese kid in the back of the XJ wiring and like soldering his up, and me and Graham were disgusting.
I forgot about that.
Oh my!
We never brought that up on the podcast either.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't have one of those dumb PRP wheels yet because I refuse to lose my factory functionality in my fucking vehicle. Sorry.
I want
I
one of
refuse
those
to
PRP
downgrade.
wheels.
That's really what it is. I refuse to downgrade.
I want one of those
I was on a
PRP
downgrade.
Hours and hours of research and development into that wheel, and I'm gonna swap it with $100 piece of shit PR. The company that makes the wheels makes seats.
Mind
They
you,
don't make wheels.
no headlights or directionals to even auto turn off. But yeah, he wants him to auto turn off. On the dash, they got an auto turn off. All right.
They're very important, even though they're not existent. Okay.
Oh my god. Richie, what were you saying? Everybody was talking over you.
I said I'm just surprised that they still fucking work. Mine stopped auto turning off years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Because your
Yeah.
clock spring's messed up, bud. We can fix
Yeah.
that.
No.
Or I
no.
got a PRP wheel I'll sell you.
Or I just take my little finger and I
Turn it off.
No. No.
You know what? The clock spring in my truck is broken. So when you go to turn, if you slightly turn the opposite way, just to like make the turn a little bit wider, it instantly just shuts off the blinker. So like it doesn't work at all. Like it won't
Yeah, that's
hold
frustrating.
turning right or left. I have to hold it in place.
Fuck that. That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's horrible, but I honestly don't care. I just don't use blinkers anymore.
No, you-
You just need a BMW logo.
No, well, yeah.
he's got a 7.3. He's already halfway there. What do you mean? Actually, that would have fit better if it was a 6.7, but it's fine. You know, the joke still stands. Shit.
I
yeah,
don't
so
get the joke.
it's just saying that's bougie. Like four dudes are weirdly bougie about things. But anyways, I just want a quick synopsis. Graham, what day did you leave Ohio? Was it Sunday or Monday?
Monday.
Okay, so never mind. I thought you were driving when you were feeling sick, and I'm like, dude, that must have fucking sucked.
I would have not been able to. I literally wouldn't have been able to.
Dude, when I saw the Snapchats of Colin with Josie in the truck, and I'm like, hold on a second. You're telling me Sicko McGee is driving the fucking box truck while she's cozied up under a blanket? I'm like, that is fucked up.
Put to the floor in the box truck, mind you.
Well, to keep up with Colin, yes, obviously
Mhm.
put to the floor.
Although honestly, that V10 and that box truck, she loved the hills. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they cruised. Did you have a 26 foot?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, those are the nice ones. Oh, they
Yeah,
cruised.
it was going good. I mean, the only thing was you couldn't go past over like 78 miles an hour, but that's plenty fast for most normal people.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems pretty quick in a box truck. I don't know if I just rode by there. Sorry.
I almost got it to 80 on some downhills because the transmission couldn't keep it back.
Oh my god,
It was awesome.
I do want to say I am happy for him though. I think this is gonna be really cool for him and a good step in the right direction for him. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but it was. Then, despite it being an absolute shit show in every way, it was a fun time.
I'm just
it was-
happy because I can start bullying him again.
We got a little bit. I'd say it's 6
Nope.
months, and then we can start bullying.
Nope.
No, instantly to the
No.
bullying. Okay,
I'm giving him a month.
a month. He's got
I'm
to
not
build a
even.
vehicle.
What's
I
that?
would give him a call this weekend and be like, "Yo, so when you gonna start working on shit? Fix your shit box. Come on, let's go."
He's gonna give you the same song and dance as usual. I am warning you now.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that that's going to happen, but we've heard the same song and dance from Richie, and he's still not out there wheeling.
Fuck off.
Damn, nobody called me out. That sounds like a W. First
I
time
don't
we
have-
talked about.
I don't
No,
have to call you out. You're like the default option. It's like being like, "Would you
Oh.
like a vanilla ice cream?"
Dude,
Dark.
Graham got me way too good in the group chat the other day. Oh, this one hit the soul. So our friend RJ is talking, like he's saying that it was something about his job, whatever it was, and I'm like, oh, you can come work for the town, and he goes, yeah, but you're not gonna make enough to go and wheel, and I'm like, damn, dude. It's like, oh my, it's like he's right, so I can't be mad, but holy shit.
I was like very concerned that would cross the line, but I
Oh,
was like, no.
I'm in a good headspace. If you said that maybe 3 months ago, it might have been different, but like, oh shit, that's so funny. I just realized I've been talking a lot this episode. Does somebody want to take over? Because I feel like I've just been going and going and going. So
I've been fucking along for the ride right now, dude. It's been funny as fuck.
wait, quick thing then, before we step away too far, what do you think it was that you ate, Graham? Because I'm curious.
I know exactly what it was. It was a chicken sandwich, chicken cutlet sandwich
Like a
Zach's
from a
face.
pizza house.
really, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got the
that's
vanilla.
Crossroads
shitty.
Crossroads Pizza.
Yeah,
or
fuck you,
something.
Crossroads Pizza in Ohio, piece of
Yep.
shit.
Yep. It wasn't good. And
Alright,
I
we
was
can
I thought it was the Twisted Teas because we were sitting it was Saturday night. We were sitting there I had like 5 or 6 twisted teas. It definitely didn't help everything settle. But I was like, why the hell do I feel like shit? Like, yeah, I drank like a good amount, but I wasn't drunk at all. Like, I paced it out. I would say I was barely even buzzed. Like, I was just doing my thing, drinking twisted teas for, 4 hours, like one does.
Yeah.
And I was just puking my brains out. Like, this is not the twisted tea. Something else is going on here.
Was it just puking?
Oh no, it was
Okay.
I was both ends.
I've been there once. That is like you got a bucket in your hands and you're just sitting on the toilet. It is terrible. That is not a fun experience. I'm sorry.
No,
that
I mean
it
happens, right? And that's how I knew it was food poisoning. I was like, this was just me like over alcohol. Then I would just be puking. I would not be shitting my brains out. So I knew exactly what was happening as soon as that happened, and I was like, okay, well now I just get to ride this out for a day. Chug water. And it was
fucking terrible.
Yeah, but I couldn't even keep water down. The second time I puked, it was like straight water. I was like, thank God, otherwise I'd be just dry heaving.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Jeez,
On a couch. I've slept on I was bitching to Alexis about this. I slept on a couch like 4 or 5 days straight.
Oh, because you had Collins the day before, the few days before,
Collins
right?
Thursday night, and then Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday.
Yeah,
Monday
too.
night I didn't. But I got back. Oh no, I did get back Monday night. I got back Monday night, slept in a bed, and then Tuesday night I slept in a bed, but I woke up on the couch today because it was the first day. I've just been in total grind mode. I'd work shit that I needed to get done that was supposed to be done Monday that didn't get done Monday because we were still in Ohio, and I just used my food poisoning as the reasoning. And then I had to do all that. I had to call Shawn like in a panic, like, I need you to come on Tuesday, not Monday. And he did, fortunately, did all that. And then I had to go to this. I had to like basically just be there on Wednesday or Tuesday Wednesday. I can't even keep the days straight anymore. For this office party and like just a bunch of people coming in, a lot of meetings, and I just set everything up, so I expected things to break or people to just not know how to use stuff. So I had to be there the whole day, and then I went to the party, obviously, because of course I'm having free food and beer. And I went home and I fell asleep on the couch for 10 hours. So I slept on the couch a lot this week. But I love it. And honestly, couch sleeping ain't that bad. Especially when you're feeling like shit. You can like prop yourself up, keeps your tummy settled. Nothing better.
Shit. Yeah, that sounds fucking terrible though. So I feel bad for you on that one. That's horrible.
Yeah, is what it is. It's part of the fun, and it makes the story that much more funny. It will in a little while, at least.
So now, Shawn, you mentioned a little bit earlier that you are in possession of Graham's Jeep. So why do you want to talk about that a little bit, and why Graham has your rig, and what's going to go on with that?
Yeah. So I got his shitbox because his shitbox and my shitbox don't fit in his lovely shop. So basically, he's got my Jeep because I've got a ton of stuff that's changing. The transmission from day one has just not been good. Graham can kind of attest to that. So we're swapping out the transmission. Originally, it was going to be transmission, door bars, and the new PRP seats that I have. And those were going to go in, and then we were going to call it quits. But for some reason, my Jeep, every time I touch a rock, it just explodes. So we are upgrading. We are changing out that stupid Dana 50, and I picked up a 60. Bought all the parts to build that, and we're going to put that in.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for that. That's going to be pretty nice for you to be able to actually wheel with not snapping shafts instantly.
Oh, it did every time. What was it? We were at Field and Forest a couple months ago with the club, and not even 10 minutes into the first trail. I don't even think I was 5 minutes into the first trail. It wasn't even 100 feet. The first rock I touched, I snapped the outer axle shaft.
Now, I thought Dana 50 and 60 shafts were the same size diameter. Am I wrong with that?
No, they
They're
are.
the
Inner-
same as
Factory,
the
factory
outside.
04 and down.
One person at a
30's
time,
fine.
please. That just sounded like a word jumble to me.
They are.
Okay. So now why do we think you have a bent tube, or where are you snapping them that you feel bumping up to a, is it the U joints? Like why bumping up to an 05 plus 60? How is that going to benefit you? Obviously more than just steering angle and the typical like switch, but like, why do you think that's going to help with the change?
So, from what I understand, is for some reason they're just a little bit stronger. Obviously, the bigger U joint, but that's not what I've been blowing up. It has been axle shaft after axle shaft, and it's the short side inner. And last time I pulled it apart, there's some decent damage to the carrier. So I think that might have something to do with it, and also that the driver's side is the short side, so it doesn't have much room to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? It
Deflect.
doesn't. Yes, doesn't have much room to deflect, so it snaps faster. And I've gone through 3 of them, and that right there is just, I'm done with it. Now there's bearing issues. There's all sorts of issues. It's the 50's not worth it to me anymore.
No longer healthy. The cost of a rebuild, just to rebuild it, starts getting near the cost of regearing a 60
Yeah,
and
and
building a
I
60.
luckily I ordered everything on the week of Black Friday, so I got pretty good deals on just about everything, except for I forgot to put the promo codes in. So I had to call the companies, and luckily I got some money back,
Sweet.
which was kind of cool. Yeah. So I think everything so far, with buying the axle, I'm under $2,000 at the moment. So
That's
we got
not
some-
terrible.
No, not horrible. And that's, so the axle itself is completely stripped down. It's coming with brakes, the carrier, which is getting thrown out anyways, and the gears, and that's getting thrown out. So I need literally axle shafts. It does come with the, yep, blanking, sorry. The steering and everything is there. So I have all that, but that's all coming off. The regular steering's coming off. We're gonna do full hydro. For now, I only have the single-ended ram. My plan is to do the double-ended and do the 10-inch strokes. That way, I get that 50-degree steering. But
You
I
might
need,
run into some issues with the actual tie rod. Sorry.
so what issues? Please
Sorry.
enlighten me.
Tie rod is going to come into contact with the diff cover potentially, depending on where it's located with what high steer arms, with the 10-inch travel.
Gotcha. That I'll have to
Yep.
take a peek at. I got the high steer arms from. Oh Jesus!
Artec
Where I got
or
yes,
Yep.
Artec. So hopefully no issues, but
you shouldn't. There's multiple settings on that. I think mine's pretty far away. I have the same high steer arms on mine.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If we run into issues, then I'll just buy the outer steer arms that are meant for it, and not a big deal. It is what it is. Money spent, but it's for my fun. Who cares?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
This
good way of looking at it.
Yeah. This is my drug. This is what I need. But yeah, so we're changing up some stuff. Transmission is going to get replaced. We're going to do a mount in the rear to hold the transfer case in place because there's a lot of weight back there with the doubler. And it's the last time we went out was to Marbella actually, and I did more damage there than I've done anywhere else, which is kind of funny. 'Cause it's
Marbell
not
can
a
get
hard
you
trail.
sometimes.
Oh yeah, and it was like it wasn't wet, but it had just rained the day before, so it was kind of mucky. It wasn't horrible. The rocks were fairly dry, but once you got your tires on, some of the wet and then onto the rock, it kind of sucked for a second. But once you got it dry again, it was good to go, especially with the stickies.
Yeah, you failed to mention the broken drive shaft and then the throttle assault that happened.
We're getting there.
Okay, it wasn't like it was just like, oh, it broke in half. Like, no, there was a reason.
Oh yeah. No, so we got up a ways. I forget the exact what they call that spot where I broke the axle shaft for the third time now. But basically came into that big crack, dropped a tire down. It grabbed as it should and just went kaboom. So that sucked. So then we got around that, and I said, well, 3-wheel drive kind of sucks getting further up, but I guess there was a kid that was stuck a little past where he wasn't supposed to be. He had reached out to the owner of the property. They said, this is your one shot to get it off the property without doing damage. He asked us for help. We had said, yes, we'll go help him as long as you have confirmation of, it's okay. And he said, yeah, just talked with him. So we shot out there, and getting out there, the Jeep started running a little rough as I was trying to winch the kid out of his spot that he was in. And then we got to, where was it? Just about, what was that, Committed? The backside of Committed?
Yeah.
Is that where I broke? Yes, it is.
Yes.
So, 3-wheel drive doesn't work with stickies at all, especially reds. They don't, and they're bald. They don't go anywhere.
It doesn't work with any tire setup.
Well, I feel like if I had tread, it might go, but I don't know.
No, I don't. Anytime I lost a hub or a lockout, it's just instant no. You just, especially with 1-tons and all that, you just are so much heavier, and yeah, it helps when you have 4-wheel drive. But if you're stuck in 3, like, have fun.
You're just kind of
stuck
a potato.
in 2, like, yeah. I mean, if you're in 2 on rocks or anything, like front or rear, like, I remember, Luke, I broke my rear drive shaft, and I was like, well, I have no problem getting out in front-wheel drive. This thing's going to grip like crazy, and it did not grip like crazy.
It goes nowhere.
Yeah, you do nothing.
It just sits there and spins.
Yep.
So, yeah, basically, backside of Committed, we were going around it, and everybody else made it up. I'm sitting over there having idling issues, running issues. It sounded like it was misfiring a little bit, which I don't know why. I still got to look into that. I don't think it's doing it at the moment. But either way, so I'm getting up this little trail off to the right. Wasn't happening. Finally found, went up the trail everybody else was going, and I had to full-on throttle assault this thing in 4th fucking gear. I don't know if I launched it at all in the air, but it landed. I mean, I had to have gotten a little bit, maybe not actually off the ground, but suspension unloaded. And when I came down, the front drive shaft said, see you fucking later. The transmission shifted over to the left, and my first gear was then 3rd. I couldn't get it over at all anymore into 1st or 2nd. So I had 3rd, 4th, 5th, reverse.
That's bullshit, because I can get it in all the gears.
Well, now you can, because the transmission shifted back over.
Oh.
That transmission mount is not connected.
Oh, okay.
You go under there, you can move that whole transmission right now. You just go look when you get a chance. It's quite interesting. So I snapped the front drive shaft out, moved the tranny. The tranny mount's just definitely disconnected, which had me worried that I blew up the 300. So yeah, I mean, you're going to be going through that at some point. Let me know.
Did the 300 blow up? I thought the 300 blew up.
No, I don't think so. So the outputs are still there, thank God. But I don't know. I'm waiting for Grem to start actually pulling it apart to tell me.
I'm not pulling it up. It's a chicken and egg scenario. I'm not pulling apart until I have parts.
I know.
So I've got to get some parts first, because I need it to be mobile as long as possible.
I should have parts by the end of next week for everything. I'm hoping to get up to the shop to grab the transmission and seats, and that way I bring you everything at once.
Are you putting another manual in it?
Yes, sir. I purchased Mike Craig's manual out of his buggy because he's going automatic.
Like a baby. You have
He
him
just
on so we
keeps.
can bully him.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. He keeps breaking things.
A manual
and
doesn't cause the
he
breakage.
thinks it's the manual.
No.
So
No.
I'm letting him just do his thing. I'm not going
No.
to yell at him.
Well, somebody who's listening to the podcast knows Mike Craig, and we'll just tell him that we think that's not the problem. It's the 44 or whatever awful axle combination is in that thing. You should just put 05 pluses in it and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm with
It's a
Graham on
holdover
that.
rig. It says
You're a
holdover rig. He's I mean, if you have him back on, I'll let him explain. I think he's
We've
doing
never had
something
him
else.
on. That's the whole meme about
Oh,
Mike
what?
Craig.
Really? He's
No,
never
he
been
won't
on?
come on.
Oh,
He refuses.
Come on, yeah.
Oh, well then fuck it. I'm going to talk about it. He's building a rig. He can yell at me later. That's fine.
Nah, he won't care. He won't come on anyway,
No.
so it's not like you're stealing his
Oh,
content.
he had that Suzuki buggy.
No, he sold
they
that.
sold
Yeah,
that.
so
That's some
that's
younger
sold.
kid has. He's like our age.
He's got a 90. No, it's 91 or 90. It might even be older. It might be an 89. Cherokee. Full cage. 40,
Why?
45, I believe is what they call it, or 55?
54.
54? Yeah, there you go.
The Jaina
Yep.
retro
Yeah.
fits where they put bigger gears in it. It's a little better. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's got
I think we
a-
discussed this before. It's not the axle or the. I guess maybe a 44 pinion is a little smaller than a 9 inches. I don't know, but it's like the same concept.
Yeah, I think he's got a 9 rear. It's a decent built Jeep, and it's spicy.
It's
The
just
engine's
heavy.
spiced
It's
up.
just too heavy for a XJ
right.
to have
If
a
he
44
had,
in the front. That's
if
the
he had
issue.
the 1 tons, he wouldn't have issues.
Yep.
I mean,
So-
I can't say much because I'm having issues with the 50.
So the reason why I said why in the beginning was because I thought you were telling us the rig he was building is the Cherokee, but no, it's the one that he already
No.
has. So that's why I was so thrown off because I'm just like, why would he build this? Like, I know
No,
he had his whole
he's-
rig, which is that Cherokee, but I was just like, what? Huh? Like,
He's building chassis up right now. Complete custom chassis, I believe, is what he's doing. I want to say that I saw a image. I don't remember what rig it kind of looks like, but he's going for the same width inside as the as Charlotte that he had. He's going for that same width. It's a comfortable width, which is fine. But he's
of the
yeah.
JK?
Yep.
He didn't like how tight the white buggy was?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he
can't
liked
say I
it. That's
blame
why he
him.
got rid of it. I think he likes having it a little bit wider, a little bit more room inside. I think he's still planning on keeping the front and rear pretty thin. But I don't know exactly. I haven't talked to him much about it, and I don't want
Yeah,
to
no,
say
you
too
don't.
much that I don't know.
Yeah, hey, I get it. I appreciate the little heads up on it. That's cool because I was curious on why he was out here running around in a Cherokee. So it's nice to know at least he has a plan in mind.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a holdover rig until he builds what he's building, and then that'll get sold or parted out. He might take off some good parts and throw that in the buggy. Otherwise, yeah, he's just gonna wheel that for now and do his thing.
Oh yeah.
But-
That's cool.
So I bought his transmission, which has I think 4 runs on it since the rebuild. And I forget who he said built it, but it is it has been completely gone through. Everything's brand new internal. So I'm excited about that. No more grinding to find gears, and hopefully no more popping out while just riding down a hill.
Yeah, that would suck. That would definitely suck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, Luke, you want to talk about your thing?
Well,
I suppose that we can get into it. It's a little bit of a spicy one, but from what I understand, KOH is a separate event from Ultra 4, as we know. Like, it's its own race, but it's under Ultra 4. But Ultra 4, the brand, I believe, has been sold. So that is throwing the whole 2024 season into absolute chaos.
Why is that?
There are no events being planned or anything, I believe. I don't want to misquote too far, but from what I understand, there are no races that are going to be happening.
It seems like an odd decision, though. Like, why would you buy a company and then not plan any ways to make money off of it? Because wouldn't they make the money from the races?
Yeah. So Dave Cole owns the rights of King of the Hammers. He sold the Ultra 4 racing, and I forget which company it was that picked. Mid America is the one that picked it up, and Mid America has too much on their plate, from what I understand. So my speculation is Dave Cole may end up buying Ultra 4 back, but that's just hearsay. Right now, it's
The guy who owned it before that just sold it is buying it back.
I'm speculating he might buy it back at a reduced price. I'm not saying that's not confirmed. That's just my speculation, because it would kind of suck to see that brand, like, or that series just disappear.
I don't know. I feel like there's a puzzle piece missing here. Something doesn't add up.
Yeah, that would suck though. That would definitely take away from a lot. Hopefully they actually do something with it, or whoever owns it whenever the time comes, because that would fucking suck. You know, that's a big part of not necessarily wheeling, but just off-roading in general. I think it brings a lot of good eyes. It brings, like, with the multi-streams and all the different shit that they do, like, what else would we have for us to fucking enjoy? It would suck.
Yeah, I mean, there would be We Rock and such. Now, this is information that I put together between the stuff that Frankie and Brandon were talking about and talking with Nick. I read one article about it, but it was kind of kind of jumbly. So, fucking... Nothing is entirely confirmed, but that was my understanding on it. It's pretty shitty. I feel bad for the dudes out there that are building cars.
Well, it's kind of odd because it looks like Mid America has been a part of Ultra 4 for at least the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So I would find it odd that they would purchase it and then just not plan out any races.
And also, it's not the new.
There's a piece missing.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and it's not even the new year yet. So, like, to be fair, they still might be planning it. They just haven't gotten around to it. I'm sure there's so much legal bullshit that they have to go through to, like, get the rights to everything. Like, they might not even have the website yet, you know? So, like, where are they gonna post it? So that I don't think we should, jump the gun too far and say that they're just not doing shit with it. Like, let's just hope that they're gonna do the right thing with it. But I don't know. It seems like an interesting choice, and I doubt somebody would sell something and then buy it back immediately, like, without even running a few events. That'd be a really stupid. And the people who bought it, like, that would be the most odd decision I've ever heard of. But also, I don't own the business, you know what I mean? So, like, maybe there's something else to it. It's kind of like that old the Homer Simpson meme where he has all the fat tied in the back of him, but in the front it looks really good. You never know. So, but hopefully it's not that.
Yeah, and, like, this is all kind of just speculation and stuff that's been developing over the last week, from what I understand and talking with them. So all of that is subject to change. I know that KOH is still happening, so that's cool.
So it'll just be ran by. So, I mean, honestly, that probably makes sense. So think about it from the owner of Ultra 4's position. He does all these events, makes 5% of his money from all those other events, but 95% of it's from King of Hammers. Fuck yeah.
How do you
I
know
get to
that?
work. It's just like,
That was a speculation.
think about it this way though. I mean, how many
Yeah.
like as a whole, how often are you hearing publicized on the internet where he's going to get advertisement revenue about other Ultra 4 races?
Other than Crandon, I really don't hear about many.
Graham?
You only heard of Crandon because that's where people who didn't want to go to Good Evening Ranch went to. Because it was the same weekend.
But I still heard of it.
There's a couple. I mean, I know the entry fees and all that stuff to actually even go and participate in the race are expensive. And I think, the money being made isn't going to be, advertising maybe and other stuff. But I think a lot of it's probably coming from, the racers themselves to get tech inspections, or I don't know exactly what
That
what
doesn't
parts
make
and pieces
sense.
you have to pay for, but like you have to pay to enter into the race, like it's not,
Yeah,
and
but
it doesn't all just go to the pot for the people who win. Like a lot of it goes to Ultra 4 itself, I assume. I don't know where else it would be going, or to the park or something, but I assume that the Ultra 4 race takes a cut of it, as the company does. So, and I don't think you're making nearly as much from spectators. I mean, maybe.
No,
I don't
it's
know
not
if
from
it costs money
spectators,
to
it'd
get
be
into
from
KOH or
advertisement.
not. I've never been, but
Yeah, and like I know that there's certain parks when Ultra 4 was in town, they could not run the race and keep the park open. So I would imagine that factors into the cost of hosting the event. Like I know that AOP, when they host Ultra 4, they close the wheeling.
Goes the wheeling for what?
yeah, it makes sense.
The
race.
race.
Okay, then I definitely I don't know, maybe my shit cut out. I didn't hear the first whole part of that, so never mind, my bad. But no, again, my speculation was the percentage amount, but based off of how I understand how most of this stuff works when it comes to like videos and different things that they put out, if you're gonna have more views on your King of Hammers race than you are your normal races, then yeah.
But
But
I don't
also,
know about that. I mean, all the small clips you see from those smaller short course races are pretty intense and cool. King of Hammers is great, and it's a
Clips
fun
don't-
thing.
clips
But
don't
I
equate to
don't
advertisement.
think you can really televise or monetize or record 90% of what's happening out there. I mean, they got helicopters trying to record stuff, and but you can only keep your eyes on so many people throughout that race. It's at one time, right? You're gonna miss stuff, and you only catch the they're broken on the side of the desert now, like the side of the desert. That's just a weird way to word that. But you're just getting you probably aren't, you're not getting every moment, right? They don't capitalize, or it's not that they don't capitalize on it. I think they do, but it's harder to capitalize on that stuff. Whereas in the short course races, it's like, okay, it's a short course. You can probably get the entire thing on video with a couple strategically placed guys, and you're going to catch all of the action, all of this stuff, and have all these really cool videos or things you can use to advertise or whatever. I think King of Hammers is actually less monetizable, I would think, other than the aspect of it's a really cool thing that a lot of people go to with other events sort of stacked on the side, which are easier to capitalize on because it's, everybody's at, what's the trail that everybody sits at?
Chocolate
and Red
Thunder.
Bombs up, Chocolate Thunder, and there's that steep one too.
Yeah, I know the
Thunder?
one. I think
No, Chocolate
that
Thunder's
one-
the whole. Maybe that is Chocolate Thunder, the whole thing. I don't know. And then they've got that, like, the race, like the timed race where the buggies or bouncers try to get up the big old rock
The
thing.
shootout?
That's like, yeah, the shootout. That one. I'm really butchering all these names. You can tell it's been a while since the last King of Hammers. Right, but all that stuff, right, is that, I think that's probably why they do it. It just gives people something to watch. That's not the main event because it's just like a multi-week thing, but it's also just easier to get good videos of that stuff and then be able to post it. Downside is it all happens at night, which makes it more difficult. So I don't know. That whole King of Hammers event is definitely difficult to from a technical perspective to get on camera for sure.
I tell you what, though, I am excited for the actual KOH this year. I'll finally be able to sit down and actually watch the race, thanks to my work schedule. So, like, that's kind of going to be nice.
Nice. Yeah, I remember this time last year when it was on, I just put it on my TV behind me and worked. And anytime something cool sounding was happening, I just turned around.
That's fucking awesome. Let's see.
Was that this year or was that last year, Graham?
What?
Was that this year that you did that, or was that last year you did that?
I don't know, the most recent one. Would have
Okay.
been February when it was done.
2023, not 2024.
Yes, this year. Sorry.
Yep, makes sense.
Oh yeah, because we were gonna do that watch thing, and then it ended up like not being the right night.
Yeah. Oh boy.
We ended
You
up
did
watching
good.
some. It was like not. It was still something, but it wasn't the same. And
That
yeah.
was 2 years ago. To be fair, if you're talking about that exact day, that was 2 years ago. We didn't do it last year.
I thought we did. I
Mm-mm.
haven't
No,
heard
we
you
didn't
that
do it
long.
That's 2
last
years
year.
ago.
I had
So
to work.
2021.
Mm.
Yeah. No, 2022. Pardon me. It was 2022. It wasn't 2023.
All right. We may be thinking of different things, but either way.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that would suck. I mean, I hope that they figure their shit out because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people upset. But if not, I'm sure somebody else will take over and come up with something new to offer those people something because there's money sitting on the
Ultra
table.
6.
Clearly, yeah, probably not. There's probably some
6.
copyright shit with that.
Uber 6.
There you go.
Oh.
Now we're talking.
It's just pin scours getting destroyed in the desert.
Oh my god.
On a unrelated to the King of Hammers note, but a slightly annoying fact with my fucking Jeep is I found out I'm gonna have to go through and rebuild all my seat mounts and shit to fix my cross member issues. So that's going to be a fuck ton of fun.
The
You gotta do
support.
what?
So with the cross member that I have for my 3-link, with where my transfer case output is, at full droop, there's just too much binding that goes on, and it hits the actual cross member like right on the flange. So that's why why it ruined the drive shaft at Good Evening Ranch.
Mhm.
The problem that I run into is I can't shave it down that much more. Otherwise, I'm just going to be like taking that bolt out and, I'd have to clean cut the corner, and I'd like to keep that bolt in there to keep it as strong as I can. So the solution ends up being clocking the transfer case up to get the drive shaft away from the cross member and be able to hopefully run a 1350 up front.
Yeah, but the issue there is if you clock it up,
I
you're
have
gonna
to go through the
more
floor.
binding, not with cross member. You got to go through the floor, and I think you just hit other problems. There's no way you can just move where that mount is.
No, because the mount is fairly decently welded into the cross member itself, and then I would have to cut the mount off, move everything down, and basically like remake a entire other 2 mating plates to be able to drop it down. And then if I drop that down, I have to cut off my transmission mount and lift the transmission back up, building a new transmission mount while I'm doing that. So either way that I go about it, it's going to be a lot of work, and the transfer case already hangs kind of low. So my thought was make it easier on myself to flat belly and just accept the pain of having to cut my floor up while my doors are currently permanently off and I don't have door bars.
I suppose.
Also, the front output on the transfer case leaks, and I'm concerned about the shifter becoming a problem when I clock it, but hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It'll be great.
So the supports that you had on there just aren't working for you, or
The supports aren't the problem. The problem is that the 241 is slightly wider than the 231 was, so the distance off center, if you will, for where the output was is further away and at the same angle, so it hangs down more.
Gotcha. I forgot that you had the 241. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just bigger. And like it's just going to end up being a pain in the ass. I hope I can get away with just pulling the case, and while the case is off, use the Iron Man jig and just re-drill all the holes. But I'm not sure if that works on AX-15s like it does on AW4s.
It does. If you have a jig, yeah, you should be fine. Because I actually have to do that on Shawn's, or had to, and I don't think I'll have to do it again. But oh no, I will, because he's getting a different transmission, so I'm gonna need to re-drill the holes because he has the way that his transfer case is clocked is backwards of how you would normally have a traditional 231 on. And those bolts are keyed. They can only go on one way to keep idiots from putting the case in any other orientation. So I had to clock it. I think I had to move the holes in a couple various ways. So yeah, I got the jig and do that. I didn't use the jig. I made a cardboard cutout. It worked.
I remember you doing that.
Yeah, I remember it not being fun.
Yeah, you sent me pictures like I fucking hate you, and I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, fuck that noise. The other option would be going to just a different case at this point with a pre-built-in clocking setup like an EcoBox 205 or a Atlas.
Mm-hmm. Come to the dark side.
But I don't want
cast iron cases.
I don't want more low range.
You do. You just don't know. It's not that you want more low range. You want options. You have no options right now, boyo. All you get is low range. You've never experienced the life of having the options. Imagine having three choices.
The options
That's
are
too
so
many
much fun.
for my pea brain.
The options are fun. See, listen to Shawn. He knows. He's got
so
options
much
too.
fun. If I can ever get the shifters to actually go into place, which I've done a few times now, the options are fun.
What do you mean? Those shifters are easy.
For some reason, they just started working. Now, before they didn't want to do it. Like it was such a pain in the ass.
Breaking those detents.
Yeah, those detents were way too tight. The fucking thing did not want to move. But
no, better to be tight than loose.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to do It'd be nice to be able to do a front dig when I need to, and not have to sit there and be like, "Hang on, I got to rock back and forth like 20 times for the next hour and a half just to do this."
Yeah, I suppose. Front digs are overrated in most cases, though.
I like front digs.
I will disagree when you do stupid shit or want to do stupid shit and you can't because you can't get the tires hot enough.
Yeah, but there's so many other reasons to have front digs rather than just to get the tires hot.
Pivoting and other stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, let's not boil it down to that, please. We're gonna get yelled at here.
No, you can use a front dig just to turn your front end around a tree faster, or when backing up, you can use a front dig to
repositioning, going down hills. You can do a ton of different things with front digs. I mean, look at how Mikey Pierce does it. He literally pops his shit into front digs, and then he holds the cutting brake so that way it sucks the body down, so that way it extends the wheelbase as he's going down steep things, and then he just lets it coast the whole entire way down. And if he needs to blip the throttle, he can. If he needs to let off the brakes, he can. Or if he needs more brakes, he can. I mean, like, there's so many uses to it.
He locks the rears up going downhill.
Yeah. No, I don't know if he necessarily locks them up. Well, yeah, he definitely.
I've seen him do it a few times.
He does.
Why would you want? I don't know why you'd want to lock your rear. I mean, I'm not going to question Mikey because he's a very talented off-roader, but to me, the wheels must still be moving. It's got to still be moving, because if you were to lock your brakes so it's dragging, then I feel like you'd have less control on a downhill as somebody who's had all four wheels lock up going down a hill and then sliding faster, it's just, having the wheels not moving is not always a good thing.
No, the fronts are spinning and pulling it forwards. So you're still going to have forward drive. I was in the rig when he was showing me this.
I know.
So I wasn't staring at the rear tires.
I'm just saying that seems weird still. Like, if your ass end is not moving at all and it's just dragging, it's got to still be rolling.
Yeah, again, I wasn't staring at the rear tires. I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't, but I was just saying he was, holding the rear digs down so that way it would just stretch, it would put force onto the suspension to make it so he has a longer wheelbase so it feels more stable going down steep downhills. Like, we went down loading dock and it felt like nothing. So
his rig's on ORIs, right?
Yeah,
that's why it feels like nothing. But yeah, I think probably a lot to do with so the rear doesn't unload or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
grill him on it.
Either way, it makes sense to me, though, like, just from the way that the physics behind it would work. If you just had, like, a hoon handle or something and only the front is pulling, it's going to try and pull the rig into, like, a squat, basically. So it would feel more stable and you'd have less of the rig being unloaded on itself. Makes sense to me.
And then you also take into consideration the amount of controls he has because they're cutting brakes, Graham. So like it's kind of like a kayak, when you stick your paddle in, if you're sliding one way or the other, you could just let off that cutting brake. If again, that's if he full locks them. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
so.
I can't imagine he does. It makes sense. I was just questioning it from that standpoint because of the way it was described. Not that it was described poorly. I think you described it well. I'm just curious.
Another way that he could do that? A rear.
You want to know what would also fix that? Proper geometry.
A rear suck down, and then you could just and then you have all four fucking moving, baby. But it would
Don't
work.
Even say that word.
You know what the best part about having to rebuild the front end of my Jeep is? The fact that I can now add a suck down winch to it just to piss Graham off, even though I don't feel like I need it.
Yeah.
It's just going to be my main winch rope looped down to the axle.
That's all you need in reality. Yeah. That's really it.
I might even just run a soft shackle around the fucking tube.
That's
that fucking ghetto with it. Oh yeah,
do that.
It works. It goes right around the tube. No big deal.
Run around your tie rod.
Yeah, no big deal.
Do it.
It'll be fine.
I definitely need to get rid of that fucking tie rod.
And put what, Heims on it?
Hydro. Just get rid of it all.
Hydro? Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Like I was talking about last episode with the 1550s, building the fucking steering mount and everything, I'd almost rather just do that on a different axle, not do that on the 04 I have where I can sell it as a, coil buckets and shock mounts and fucking have fun, bucko.
So, are you thinking about doing the 10-inch and going 50 degrees?
To be honest with you, with the amount of body that it looks like it's going to have at the start of next season, probably not going to go with the 10, most likely 9.
But I get it. It's understandable. So you'd probably get
doing 10? You doing 50 degrees of steering on yours, Cody?
Don't know yet. We'll see. Why would I even talk about it when I don't have a rig to put it on? So
you don't even know.
That seems like an odd podcast conversation when there's no planning. So me dreaming just how to I didn't think this was a dream journal. We could publicly get into it, my dream journal, but that's weird. That's not podcast conversation.
That axle is reality. It exists. It sits in my shop.
What is it going to go under? Do we even know if it's going to be on leaf springs or four?
No. Your Jeep. Why would you build you a double triangulated?
I would rather
for that piece of shit
myself and put. That's literally like the Ultra 4 people not actually hosting an event. It's stupid because you know that if they don't host an event, that the business is going to die.
I'm going to build you a cube.
So I'm not going to build
no bends.
So shit on a chair cube because it's going to die. Look at Colin. Look at how many years did he realistically get out of his rig after doing the 44 and 60? 6, 7?
Yeah, a good bit.
And plus.
And now it's fucked, and now he needs a new rig. So why would I do that?
Because it rotted. No other reason. And he's cutting the floor out of it and fixing it.
Tube chassis rot the same.
Yeah, but
I'll build you a cube. I'll build you a cube. It's going to cost you $900, but I'll build you a cube.
Beat the shit out of it for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the beating of the
Oh.
shit out of it
More
is not what
evil
caused
than
the
any other-
rot.
And built it. He used it a shitload. Drove it on the road. Didn't
Exactly.
do proper rust prevention.
Exactly.
Which is
exactly.
why you paint your shit if you live in the
Yates.
Rust Belt. Even if the paint doesn't last, you paint your shit so it doesn't immediately rot out or start rotting out, because whenever you're doing shit to metal, it's gonna
So
be clean and it's gonna rot.
That
Why would
reminds
I
me, feel
want
free
a
to repaint
vehicle?
My shit.
I'm gonna.
Why would I wheel a vehicle that's been on the road for years?
I am giving you an alternative. I will build you a cube.
I don't want a tube. I don't
I'll
want
build you a
tube.
tube cube. It's gonna look dorky as shit, but that
Cube.
thing will work. I'll make it work.
God
So
damn it, I don't
anyways,
want to.
You have to. No. Now you're locked in. We're building you a tube
No.
cube. I have all the tube we need already.
I'm gonna give
Cash
it a
in hand. I'll build you a
Prius.
tube cube. I got the steering wheel already.
I have that cash.
I actually have
in
the
hand.
pedal
That's
set up. I'll
awesome.
just pull the pedals out of the old Dodge.
I don't want
We'll
to
build you a rig. You want a
I'm gonna be
special
Prius.
custom boy
I'm
tube
leaving
rig? We'll
wheeling.
build you one.
I'm gonna
It'll
be a
be
soy
cheap.
boy
Cheap.
in
Even you can
Northampton
afford it.
with a Prius. I'm just leaving.
There's so much talking right now.
Oh yeah, that was banter. That was I hope that is actually audible for Craig, but not. Okay, that's like a weird inside joke. So Craig is the bot that records this for everybody who's listening. I don't know if we've ever talked about it. He has a name. So yeah, I'm not calling out one random Craig listener, just to clarify.
No, he's calling it out.
Yeah. Man, fuck all the
Podcast
Craigs.
slave, Craig.
Wow, that's messed up. We have a Craig in our club.
So
Oh,
maybe
fuck. I forgot.
Yeah, but he doesn't wheel.
Oh yeah. Well, at least I
He
haven't
knows more than-
forgotten about you.
Cody.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
His rig is in less of a state to wheel
Okay.
than Cody's.
Does more than Cody with his rig.
Yeah, he sells
Has-
parts. Oh,
Yeah, he sells parts. That is true.
He built most of this shit. He's almost there. Just life has gotten in the way. I
Yeah,
understand.
it happens.
Having kids and buying a house, it's gets in the way.
He
Yeah.
he
I mean,
has
I don't-
things, and he has it will eventually get done. I have no doubt. Cody, on the other hand, unless I build him a tube cube, I don't know if that's ever
I
getting
don't
done.
want a tube cube.
so.
Come
Going
on,
back to the
You
steering
do want a
debate,
tube cube. I'm sorry.
No. Fuck your tube cube.
Name of the podcast right there. Fuck your tube cube.
Tube Cube Year 3. So going back to that, Cody, yeah, the reason I'm looking at the 9 is that with my current axle setup, the biggest I can run's an 8. So even getting 9 inches of steering out of it is better than the current 7.25 it actually uses. So, just a little improvement here, a little improvement there. If I'm going to do an axle build, it might as well be worth something.
So, I mean, that makes sense. But I don't know what the price difference is between an 8.9 and a 10-inch.
There is no price difference.
So that's why I was asking the question, because I haven't done the research on it. So I just figured, I think you have to do different U joints, right, and different knuckles to actually get the 50 degrees, right? Or what is the actual?
That's factory. Factory with 1550 shafts, and you can buy 1550 shafts for $300. So that doesn't really count as that big of an expense. In my
Somebody
book.
needs to explain this to me. Why can't you take an 0460 and get 50 degrees out of it?
All right, U-joint bind is basically it. The 1480s like to bind up on themselves.
Why can't you throw a 1550 in that?
Because there's not enough space in the knuckle. The Dana 60s after 05 Plus use I believe it's 11.5 inches of spacing compared to the 10 inches of spacing, are 9.5 if it's a king. It might be even less on a kingpin, between the ball joints. Does that answer the question well enough?
Yes. I've had this question for so long and didn't know who to ask, so thank you.
BRB.
And that worked out.
Yeah. The The biggest bitch that I'm running into, Sean, is I'm not sure if I want to throw money at my current axle, because by the time that I've put in, a set of chromoly shafts, because they are 1480s, if I'm putting chromolys in there, at least a set of nice Spicer blue U-joints, buy the drive flanges, bore the hubs, and do all of that shit, I end up coming out like $1,700 with all of that shit thrown in just to put chromolys under the rig. And I don't know. I feel like it makes more sense in my situation to build another 05 Plus potentially. But it's neither here nor there, and it's going to involve a trip up to Connecticut and Massachusetts to make happen if it does happen.
Why would you have to come up here to make that happen?
Gonna buy a cheaper axle, and if I'm gonna come up here and buy one axle, I might as well buy a couple of axles and bring them back down.
It's very strange because I know somebody that goes down south to buy axles and brings them up here to sell them for more money.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where I would like to buy some stuff from, but they're like $250 pre-pulled. So
I remember where that's coming from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just go up there.
I got a hell of a deal on mine. $75.
Is it cleaned or no? You said it wasn't cleaned.
No, unfortunately, it's not clean, but it's an axle housing basically with the knuckles on it and brakes. So I wasn't gonna say no when I was gonna.
Do you have any idea why he had another one? By
Yes.
him, I mean Mark. Why did he have another one?
So he was gonna build something else. It kind of fell through.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't get all
another
the
rig
details.
instead of his? Or
Yes.
somebody else's rig?
Another rig instead of his. From what I remember our conversation was about. Because I had asked him, I go, why'd you get another one? And he was like, oh, I was going to build something, and it kind of fell through. I said, gotcha.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't poke too much at it.
I'll bug him about it.
Maybe he's just a
Yeah, you
hoarder
should.
like you,
Me and
Graham.
him shoot the shit all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to go pick up the axle anyways. You can just bug him
Yeah,
then.
I'm buying a toolbox off him too. He was like, I hear you got a toolbox. Or you want a toolbox? And he was like, I'm trying to upgrade my setup. And so I'm buying his toolboxes. He's got a couple little ones.
When we going to get
Perfect
that?
for me. Sunday.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I'm going to see
Let me know.
Sunday too.
Oh, nice.
The meetup
Good
at
trip.
Mark's.
Group trip.
I'm not going that far.
Group
Sorry.
party at Mark's.
I hope
Wanna-
Mark is doing well. I was just talking to him the other day. Cool dude.
Seems like he is.
You
Yeah,
guys want to hear something weird and funny?
sure.
So you guys know how the GTA 6 trailer came out a few days ago. So in the game or in the trailer, they used some guy. I don't know who it is. He's called like the Florida Joker. Okay, and it's like some dude that has like crazy face tats and shit like that. They used his personality, if you will, and now the guy is suing from prison the trailer for like some crazy millions of dollars for it. And I just thought that was a really weird thing that just came across my phone.
That's hilarious. Good for that guy.
Yeah, so I hope you guys ever get put in a trailer, then you can just sue the fuck out of him. Get all the monies.
Be able to actually afford a new set of traps.
There you go.
Fucking, those things are ridiculous right now, dude. I was looking at, just out of curiosity, they're like, the cheapest I saw was like 1,200, and then you had to pay like an extra $100 of shipping. I was like, fuck that.
Ouch.
For traps?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
If you
I
go
was looking
through,
at
1,200 per
42
tire?
reds.
I believe that's what it was for 42.
Okay, for one tire, yeah, that's rough.
yeah, it definitely wasn't
I believe
1,200
reds
before.
42 reds are cheaper.
I forget who the company is. Who's a big wheel company that all the diesel bros use? Custom
Fuel?
Offsets. Custom Offsets.
Custom offsets.
They sell tires and you get free shipping. So something to keep in mind. Mm-hmm.
What was
Bro and their custom
Force
offset.
or something like that.
My custom
Huh?
offset came from the factory.
Are they called something Force?
No, they're literally called Custom Offset is the name of the company.
Oh, that is a. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you
they're
were
like
just
a
saying, they
reseller,
have
I
custom
think.
offset.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're just a reseller.
You know, on the note of custom offsets and rims and all that, Built for the East has really good fucking rim prices.
Do
No,
they?
I shout out.
You said.
Not paid advertisement, free shout out.
Free shout out.
No, but like I was talking with Josh.
Luke's looking for some rims.
Yeah, boy. They're pretty fair. I'm gonna talk with them about a couple other types that I was looking at. Thanks, Chris, as well for some of the suggestions.
Yeah, he's been talking to you about what was that other cup company?
Rolling Big Power.
Yeah.
I think that's who it was.
Oh,
I was gonna say, I know that they have nice wheels that are all load rated for like their full size truck wheels, so I would imagine that they do a pretty decent job with their off road wheels.
Yeah, I was also looking at there was I forget what website it was, but they had methods for 375, and I'm like, damn, that's not fucking bad when visions are in the 300 range. You know, what's an extra, what, $300 on a set of wheels that's already fucking expensive?
True.
Especially if you do want to do go fast stuff, I think that's when it really starts to matter. Because if you have a wheel that's just not going to withstand hard bumps and bruises and shit like that, then it's definitely worth the $300 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to give them a call and talk with them once I actually have a better plan as to what I want to do this upcoming break between the end of this season and start of next. Shawn, I feel bad for you because your shit ain't cheap.
What shit?
What shit?
The whole axle rebuild and getting that underneath the rig.
No.
Spent some decent money on it. My wife
was just-
doesn't know that, but that's fine.
Mm.
In the long run,
She
though,
does.
if you keep snapping shafts the way he's doing, it's going to cost him more for that.
Exactly. Hopefully, no more snapping shafts. We're gonna save to buy some chromolyes.
I wouldn't
Sooner
even
than later.
bother. Don't buy chromos. Just
Bronco
Fuck.
Graveyard.
If I
Fucking.
start blowing up these, then yes, I'm buying chromos.
you're not
RCBs.
going to.
I didn't
You
think
should
so.
be fine.
RCVs.
But if it happens,
RCVs.
I like RCVs, but yet
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it at that point. Like if you're gonna go
Well,
and spend
yeah.
the fucking money, like go for what the good shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to pump the brakes on that because a set of 1550s for both sides pre-assembled for $300 is like pretty hard to fuck with.
1550s brand new. What was it? 2 weeks ago. I just gave him the gram.
Yep.
It wasn't bad price at all. Like,
And they come
well
fully
worth
assembled, ready to roll.
it.
Yep.
Push
Slap
them
them in.
Yeah,
It's hard to beat.
for the
Where do you
long
buy those
side,
from?
it's 188, and for the short side, it was 170.
Yeah, Bronco Graveyard has, I think it was $315 out the door for their Black Friday deal on those, and I was like, God damn, that's fucking nothing.
That's not bad. Yeah, I spent for gear set install kit, spool, and the axle shafts was $644.
That's not bad at all.
That ain't bad at all.
No.
What the fuck?
Super cheap.
What the
There you
fuck?
go,
And
Cody.
then
Take some notes. Take some
fuck
I
notes.
Shut the
forgot.
fuck up. Come here.
I forgot to put in the promo code. I spent full price. That was full price on everything. I forgot to put in the promo code for Black Friday, so I got money back. I forget exactly how
Why
much I
didn't
got
you just-
back.
Why didn't you just return it before it actually hit the bank account and then do it again?
Because I didn't think of that.
Dummy.
I just called. Actually, they technically they called me because I had put in the wrong stuff in my cart that were for two different axles. Me not realizing the differences. So was actually $10 more. And East Coast Gear Supply, shout out to them. They called me about it and fixed my order for me. And it was supposed to be $10 more. And I said, oh, well, if you have my card on file, just run it. Or here's my card number. And he goes, no, we're good. Don't worry about it. That's on us. I said, how's that on you? It's my mistake. They said, don't worry about it.
Damn,
He's enough with us. We're not worried. And then I told him I forgot to enter the Black Friday deal in. And he goes, I gotcha. And sent me back some money, too. So that was like a
So you did get
deal.
your Black Friday deal.
Yes, I did. I just forget how much I got back. So I paid full price, and that was the full price originally. Was the $644.
Okay.
And that's like exact. There's no change on that. $644.
Is there any other companies we want to give free shout outs to while we're here?
I mean, Shawn Pierce Electric. What's up?
Oh, absolutely. He can get a free one on any day, man. Any day. That guy's great.
I was just being nice to Adam and them because, they.
Oh, I was. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Man. I was just fucking
They
around.
fucking-
No, they always deserve free shit, man. Absolutely.
Oh, another one would be Sam with the Galaxy baskets and the cool plasma shit.
Yeah, except for when he tells you and suggests a certain 5/8 ream, don't buy that one. But if you do, buy 4 because you're gonna need it.
Sam Galaxy Basket. That's the name of his company. Yep. He makes baskets. He
I
weaves
mean,
them
no,
himself.
like I was talking about the Galaxy basket from Naked
Yeah, but you
and
didn't say the company name, you dingus.
Yeah, well, I am a
Dingus.
dingus, but that's well known.
And then you Fabrication. That's
Yep.
the company. Go check him out. He does cool shit. Dude works his ass off. Stand up guy. Go buy shit from him. He makes Christmas trees with dicks.
Yes, he
weird.
does.
He makes a Christmas tree with his dick. What the fuck?
No, it's a little Christmas tree, or a pine tree coat hanger, but it has this, the hook for the coat hanger is like where the Christmas tree's dick would be if a Christmas tree had a dick. So I always give him shit for him. And I
Why
think
are you
he actually
sexualizing
made,
Christmas trees, bro. That's weird. God damn.
I'm always poking fun at all the stuff that he's posted on his story and stuff. And I think he actually made a special edition one. It's the I don't know if it's a special edition or if it's going on the store or what, but it's the large black man sitting on the bed meme.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that one. You know.
Oh yeah. He died. All right.
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah. He's been dead for a while.
What the hell?
You didn't know
How did he
this?
die?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Oh God, do I want that on I'm doing it on my phone. I'm not Google searching that on my. I'm not putting that on my computer. Hold on.
You can go to internet browser, go to not recorded one. So that way it doesn't come up again. Oh Jesus.
I'm sorry. That was a mental picture of Cody looking that one up, and enjoying it a little bit too much.
What?
Oh, I mean, he does enjoy those, so
It do be like that.
Y'all are fucking gross. Hold on.
Sometimes.
I gotta look up his Wikipedia.
He has a
Wikipedia.
I mean,
Yeah, he died of a heart attack. And holy shit! Wait, what? This is the wrong
Too much
guy.
extends.
Oh, yeah.
It's showing me a white guy. I don't know. Maybe he's not dead. I don't fucking know.
We'll never know. He might still be out there.
Uncovering the tragic death of Barry Wood.
That's his name.
That's an ironic name, boys. Barry Wood.
That's gotta be his porn
hanging
name.
out.
That can't be his real name.
I don't know. I think this
happy
is the
3
wrong guy.
years, everyone. I'm surprised that we made it this far with this level of quality content.
I mean, fried
That's
mac and
actually
cheese
his
bites, and I'm
name,
happy.
Barry Wood.
Uh-huh.
I never knew that.
Yeah, crazy people have names. Who would have thought?
Yeah, but that's clearly a porn name. I don't want to hear anything else. The reason you pulled up a white dude is because you're trying to look up a porn star by his porn name.
Fair point. You know, that's a good point. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I would start by searching what's Barry Wood's real name.
Well, that's too much effort. That's way too much effort.
I'm
Oh,
fucking
shit.
dying over here. What the fuck, dude?
We got Barry
Seriously,
Wood, we
how
got
did we
two
make
cubes.
it 3 years doing this level of
I don't
stupidity?
know. We were barely hanging on here.
Indeed.
Well,
Barry
you guys
Woods
aren't
helped
paid
us
yet,
out.
so
I know. It's fucking ridiculous. Somebody better start paying me.
where are those advertisements at?
Hey, we've been good about that.
Hey, welcome to the Blue Collar Off Road Podcast, episode 169,
Brought
sponsored
to you by
by
Squarespace.
Squarespace, Yukon Gears and Axles, and microphones, and Milwaukee, and
Yeah.
Begging.
If we get a Milwaukee fucking advertisement, we're doing good things. That
what's
day will be
the other
cool.
what's the other like typical one that most people get?
BetterHelp. BetterHelp's a big one.
No, not for off-road channels.
Oh, yeah, nope.
Yeah, that would definitely come up still. Trust me.
Better
Yeah,
help. Better
yes,
help.
it does.
Yeah.
YouTube sent me a link to that after
Optima
my
batteries is a
review.
big one. Nitto tire, or no, usually it's Patagoners. We obviously wouldn't get those guys.
Falcon
Uh,
Falcon does a lot of advertisement stuff.
Yeah, maybe Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All the free
so-
advertisements today.
Yeah,
They're not
so I did
advertisement.
hear through the grapevine that Falcon is still doing their race program stickies, so that's kind of cool. But they ran a set of 40-inch stickies, from what I understand.
That's the standard size for racing. Or
It is,
37s.
but I'm just
37s,
saying
I
it.
think, are DOTs.
I'm just saying it's kind of cool, and it'd be cool if they would make them a more full-time part of their market.
Yeah,
share,
same with General
if you will.
Grabber, those stupid cunts over there. Fucking offer to the public. Why put dude?
They make a
speaking of-
sticky.
Yeah, they make they make a ton of
Yeah.
race tires. What the fuck? They're huge into side by sides and all different stuff like that. But tell me
Ultra
why
4
this?
too.
Oh yeah, they're huge
Massive.
into that. But you are putting your fucking efforts into off-roading and different shit like that. These companies are, but their advertisements are on boats, bruh. This boat doesn't even need wheels other than to get to the fucking lake. But it's like, oh, check
This
out our
boat's got a trailer with General Grabbers on it.
Yes, that is literally their advertisement, and it blows my mind. I'm like, whoever is on their advertisement team needs to get fired because guess what? The boat guy doesn't give a fuck about the trailer tires, doesn't give a fuck about his truck tires because he just wants to get his boat to the lake. He doesn't give a shit about it. But the guy who's off-roading,
Tires do get
Oh.
boats to lakes, so
I mean,
Yeah,
I get
the-
that, but I think what Cody's saying is like for the General Grabber MT, using that truck fucking towing a boat is not exactly the best advertisement that it could be, given
Yeah.
what they sponsor.
exactly. Makes no fucking sense to me. I don't know any other companies. The only reason I'm harping on General Grabbers because I want them to make fucking stickies. But yeah, I had to get that off my chest. Fuck those guys.
Well,
Apparently, Jesus.
the thing that does kind of irk me is it's like I know that a lot of these companies have race program tires, so if you're going to make a batch of race program tires, why not run a couple of batches for public sale and just K-specs shouldn't be hard to get. They should be more available. You know what I mean? Stickies are always or a lot of the time they get sold out, so why not make more of them? There's a market.
well, there's a market, but it's this is what's the sales word? I'm not a salesperson. Supply and demand, right? The demand is high and the supply
Yeah,
is
those-
low, so the price can be high, even though it probably doesn't cost them much more, if any more at all, to make them versus the normal tires. It's all just there so they can make money, and it's fair. It's a very niche thing. I mean, not everybody. I would wager 90% of the population or more doesn't know what a sticky tire is or the difference. So really,
Definitely the boat
your
guys
market
do.
is pretty low.
They really care about the sticky tires, you know. Those guys
the boat
really-
guys?
They need
Yeah,
the sticky tires
yeah.
to get out of the water when they're
You're
coming
right.
up out
Yeah,
of
to
it.
get off that ramp when their boat
Yeah.
sled or their truck sleds in. Quick, little Timmy, get the wheel.
I'm currently spamming Graham with all of the boat commercials on their Instagram. I think we're at 12 now. That I just click. It's just boats, bro. Like, how? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's so stupid. Oh my god. No wonder they don't offer them to the public, because the boat guys don't give a fuck. But if you start putting it at like We Rock, X Rocks, Ultra 4, well, King of Hammers now, but sorry, hiccups. Then guess what? Their sticky tires might start fucking mattering.
Yeah, well, it's like, it'd be kind of cool for Cooper to fucking offer a sticky. It can't be that fucking hard for other tire companies to start coming out with stickies. I love the Maxxis stickies, the Interco stickies, and the Mickey stickies. But like, I would rather see more competition, and like, I would like to be able to buy a set of case specs without having to be in the race program.
We probably
Why?
could. You just have to get in touch with the right person, honestly.
Why would I like a set of case specs?
I thought you had a set of case specs on lock. You were gonna buy.
I had a set that was available to me, but it ended up being almost identical in price to go with new, and I was also able to throw $500 from the credit card in there buying new instead of having to go and drive up and buy case specs. So I was lazy.
Gotcha. So you want case specs, but you don't have case spec money, which is the problem here. 'Cause you
I
can
did
even buy
not
used
have
case
the-
specs. So why do you want case specs if you can't even pay for them?
That's not what he just said, Graham, at all. Because if he had the $500 cash sits well in his pocket when he's heading to an event in a few weeks, or if he can just throw it on the credit card and not have to worry about spending the money right now, makes sense to me.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was kind of what it
I
was.
get it, but like,
And
And
I'm
honestly,
happy with my tires. I'm just saying, like, if there was a easy option to have been able to buy Nitto case specs that didn't involve me having to fucking drive out of state to go and get them, then like, I would have went with those because I like Nitto tires.
you probably wouldn't have DB'd it so many times if you had case specs.
No, that's just the fucking rim. Those rims are fucking terrible.
I know, I was just making a joke.
Yeah, fuck the Vision Steelies. They are like the worst rims I have ever laid fucking eyes
I
on.
understand why you guys are running Steelies. Why are you not getting aluminum?
because
I'm-
aluminum is expensive, Sean, and we're
Sean.
poor.
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't that bad.
You bought
Sean.
them used, and I don't want to. You're out of the question. You got yours for an absolute steal.
Yes,
and
I did.
yeah,
What do you win them in
spent
a
less
fucking
money on those
raffle?
than I spent in my Steelies.
No raffle this time. I found a kid that was in a certain predicament, posted up a bunch of parts, and wanted $1,500.
Was he
for-
gay and scared to come out, so you just jerked him off for his parts, you weirdo?
No, he.
You definitely do not have to get into it if you don't want to.
I can't just because I don't.
Yeah, no,
I
definitely don't.
can't. He was in a situation and ended up posting up his parts. I happened to hit him up just in time to grab them, and I actually had to meet somebody else other than him to get them because of his situation.
He needed money on that
and-
commissary. Got it.
Ended up, yeah, something like that. So I ended up with them for $1,500, and all they were used for was literally mock up to build his Jeep, and then shit went south, and he had to sell everything. So
Right.
yeah, brand spanking new, had tires on them for all of like 2 weeks for mock up, basically.
I mean,
Sure.
that's a sweet deal for you.
Yeah, it worked out. So if I
Um,
find more deals like that, I'll send them to you guys.
So the real reason is I would have just stayed with the fucking Ford Steelies, except I smoked one of them to the point where it wasn't usable anymore at I think it was at S'more. So I ended up buying these wheels, selling the tires that were on them, and then yeah, I put the stickies on these because they weren't as banged up, and I've come to regret that choice. That's all. And the next set's probably going to be aluminum beadlocks unless I end up running out of time before the start of the season, and then I'll just buy a set of possibly the Battleborn or whatever steel ones just to get out there next year.
Don't waste the money. Just save up and just get the aluminum. That way you don't have any more issues.
Probably. I'm going to end up getting mandated overtime for the next like month and a half, so I'll probably just end up being able to buy the ones that I want. So it does seem like we're starting to slow down a little bit.
I agree. But yeah, happy fucking 3 years, guys. That's exciting. You know, it's crazy to think that it's been this long. Honestly, I think the days just slowly started, or the weeks started blending together for me, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, by the way, this is our three years." So it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. The events and the situations we've gotten into as a result of the podcast are definitely entertaining, to say the least. Anyone got any?
I've enjoyed the scenarios that it's allowed us to participate in, I guess. Like
Yeah.
people we've said before, but like just the events that we never would have gone to otherwise, the things we've planned that we never would have done before, the people we've talked to that we never would have talked with otherwise. Like it's I think it's been a rewarding experience.
I agree, and I think the people that we've met too is like a huge positive from this. Granted, would we have met some of them anyways? Maybe. It seems like the tight circle that we have had they probably would have came a part of our wheeling life anyways. But just the vast array of people that we've met and have reached out to us or we've reached out to because of this, it's really fucking cool. It honestly is.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go say that we're going to do anything grandiose for next year because, I'm not going to make promises we can't keep. But we're definitely going to be doing more stuff next year. And we hope to be able to get some better video content up as well.
And hopefully all 4 rigs wheeling.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. It would be really cool.
In a tube
I don't see
cube.
that happening.
It would be very cool to see all 4 rigs together again.
I'm already planning where I'm putting my tattoo. That's all I'm gonna say.
You picked the spot yet?
Oh yeah, right on the
What
side.
tattoo?
Jesus Christ, Richie! You don't know? Don't worry about it. I'll explain it off air. I'm not gonna get to it again.
I didn't even listen to the episode about that whole thing, and I know all about it.
Yeah,
I
because
can't wait to see
JB
your
probably
tattoo.
told you.
No, it was just like it came up in conversation. I think when we had our little Friendsgiving there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You might have been late, but we had the we had the
Oh,
conversation
shut up.
before you got there. Graham.
Oh, dude, you were late.
Yeah. So, if you show up on time, you could see be a part of the conversation. It's crazy.
I already heard the
I know.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm never late. I'm always tastefully on time.
My favorite part was he shows up there, instantly just throws Alexis under the bus. He goes, "Yeah, the reason we're late is because I heard her." She's like, "What the fuck?" Even... Oh, so funny. She was like, "Wow, all right, guess yep, it was my fault. I'll take blame." Jesus Christ.
The death stare that she gave after that, though, I thought you were dead the ride home.
So fucking funny.
It's just how it is. We take no shit from each other. So
Hell yeah. Well, alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you guys very, very much. Please feel free to go, rate, do whatever you guys got to do on any listening platform that you're listening to us on. But thank you. Seriously, keep coming back next week. We have plenty more content coming up, a few cool new guests coming up as well. So thank you very much. And on that note,
Cubes, Cubular, and your...
Where were you
Grems.
going with that, dude?
now finish it out. Finish it out, Graham.
All right.
No, Graham. You let Graham finish it out. He always makes fun of you when yours are bad. So go ahead, Graham.
Keep your tube cubes, Cubular, and your 50 degrees of steering
Oh yeah, Mhm.
broken and bound up.
Let me just
That
write
was
this
horrible.
down. 2 things Graham is bad at: pronouncing names, outros. All right.